welcome. You choose Radio Family. We are live here on the Positive Forces Show. This is the Positive Forces Show, always giving you more, sending you positive vibes.
to change your life.
I'm your host, Kimon
And
Hall.
I'm your co-host, Yola, Yoli.
And I'm
In the
Dewan,
house.
the one in the house. Oh no, delaying.
Uh, Dewan, we got to change that, Dewan.
I
Dewan, we got
know.
to.
I don't know what to do.
Dewan, come on,
Well, I
listen,
like
man.
the one.
I love Dewan, Dewan.
The
The
one. I was
one.
trying to spit it out, but then I was like, oh, you guys can't even hear me.
Oh
We
my
did
gosh.
hear you. We did.
Oh,
I
okay.
hope
So it's no
everybody's
delay.
doing great.
Okay.
Hope everybody's doing great, guys. We have a show for you. We're gonna have Yoli's thought of the day, and then we're gonna be talking about relationship trends. All right. So, how is everybody doing though?
I'm good.
Uh-oh.
Good.
No. I'm good.
Hot.
Yeah.
Good and hot.
Okay. How
Yep.
about you? Good and
Yep.
hot.
It's
Good and
very
hot.
hot. Yeah,
And you're
very
not
hot.
even in Atlanta.
No,
Yeah, but she's in
not
Florida.
Yeah.
Florida's a hot place.
You're in
very much
sunny
so.
Florida. Oh my God. How was your week, ladies?
Mine was fast. It didn't last too long.
No.
I don't mind. It's okay with me.
Okay.
It went really fast.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up and I was here.
That is fast.
Yeah.
How was your week, Yols? Not Yols,
No,
Dewan. Sorry.
it was the
Dewan, how was your
opposite.
week?
It was opposite. Mine was really slow. Had a lot of new clients and a
Really?
whole host of problems. So it's like learning to tackle new clients all over again. So that was made the week long. But I'm
Oh, with a
here.
host of problems. I want to hear about those problems.
I can't tell you about the problems.
Can you share some of those problems? Listen,
No, she can't share the
sharing
problems.
problems that you don't have to
No,
call names. Come on.
no, you can't share the
I just
problems.
love the therapy. Like it's amazing.
She's not allowed to do that.
I know.
No.
You want to start off with prayer?
Sure. Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for bringing us here on the Positive Forces Show. Lord, guide us, walk with us, love us, Lord. Remind us that you are always there with us and that we should come to you first with all our highs and our lows. Lord, remind us that we are your children, that we belong to you, Lord Jesus. I pray that we never forget, and I pray that you never let us go. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Never
Amen.
forget, never let us go. Amen. All right. Well, nobody's asked about my week, but
You're
I'll
on
just, I'll just,
vacation. We know how your week is. It's fantabulous. The rest of us have to work.
well, there you have it.
Every all through the summer. Hmm.
Exactly.
I smell a little haterade going on. I
It's
smell
not
some hate.
haterade.
I
It's
smell some hate.
jealousade.
Hate.
Hmm.
I know I smell something. Oh my god. You got a Yoli thought for the day?
My thought of today is not really a thought. It's more of a shout out. Shout out to my brother today. Is and kind of was his birthday because, as some of you
Oh.
guys know, it's June 7th. Is his birthday. It's June 7th in America, and it might not be June 7th in Australia. But I do know
Ah.
that he did celebrate it with family. So shout out to my brother Antonio Lewis. We call
Shout
him
out,
Tony
brother.
for short. Happy birthday to my big brother. And I also
Yeah.
want to say happy heavenly birthday to my mom. Today was also
Mm,
her birthday.
yeah.
And so
Oh,
I miss her,
Of
love
course.
her.
Of course.
And she brought so much joy to so many people's lives. So happy heavenly birthday to you, mommy.
hmm.
Oh, that's what's up. That's good.
Yeah, so that's my thought really. Just want to give some birthday shout outs to loved ones and let's have a good week
Mm-hmm.
next week. Not take anything for granted. Don't take your life
Mm-mm.
for granted. Don't take your loved ones for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take your friends for granted.
Mm.
We have a really good, charmed life, I
Yeah.
think. And sometimes we forget
Mm.
loved ones and friends and people that are really there for you. So, just don't take your peeps for granted. And that's my thought.
I like it. Don't take your peace for granted.
Mhm.
We do that so often.
Yeah, we do. We tend to. It's not on purpose. It's just that life be life in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Relationships be whatever that is.
Relationshiping.
you know, just stuff happens and it's just you trying to handle all of it.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
sometimes you forget that you have a village,
Mm,
that you have family and friends and loved ones that if they can't help you, they'll at least listen to you
right.
and they might give you bad advice, but
Mhm.
it's with good intentions.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Mm, it's true.
Hmm.
It's great. All
Thank
right.
you.
Don't take people for granted. That's true. That's what's up.
Yes.
Mm, okay. Let that sink in, guys. I'm letting it sink in because we do that so easily.
Mhm.
With busyness of life and everything else, like you said. So
Yeah, I
that's
mean, think about it. And I took him to day camp, and everything was great.
yeah.
And I did not get to say goodbye. Have a great day at day camp because he
Mm,
was out the door and running off. Because
mm,
he does. He's Mr. Independent. He unlocked the door. The daycare chaperone took him, and he
mhm,
was in the door, and that was it.
mm,
So you never know what could happen. I could be driving to work, and something happened.
Mhm.
He could go to
That's
Y.
it.
There's a chance that I
Mhm.
might never see him again. In that
mhm.
instant of not taking 2 seconds to make sure that I say, "Have a nice day. I love you."
Right.
So
Right.
Very
Yeah,
important.
it's true.
it's important to not take your loved ones, and friends, and family for granted. Stay in touch. Even if it's once a week, stay in touch.
Mhm.
Hey, my friend. Hey, my lady. Hey, friend. Hey, lady. Hey, Kimmy Kim. Hey, Dewan.
Right.
You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
Yep.
All right. That's it, y'all. We could end the
Oh, we're
show
done?
right there. We could.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
That was the Positive Forces Show. We're not even going to do final thoughts. We're just going to end it right now.
We don't need
And
it. We
goodbye.
don't need it.
Oh man, that's true. That's good though. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. We're gonna be talking about we're gonna be talking about dating trends and therapy. Are you able to share it?
Yeah, I did on mine.
You were able to?
Mhm.
I'm wondering if privacy is on because it's not. I'm not seeing it. All right, so guys, we're gonna be talking about dating trends for 2025, and of course, our therapist is on, so we're gonna be getting some therapy from our therapist. All right.
And I have this feeling that Dewan probably has a plethora of dating trends to share.
Put you on the spot.
I know. I'm like, wait,
We just put you on the spot, Dawn.
what?
Before the show, I was talking to Kimmy Kim, and I asked her if going Dutch is a dating trend, and
Mm-hmm.
Kimmy said that that's something that's been going on for a while, but I still think it's a trend.
It was from last year, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Mhm.
still a current trend.
Mm-hmm.
Going Dutch on a date.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other day, a friend of mine showed me a post
Mm-hmm.
that he saw on
Okay.
the social medias,
Okay.
where this woman asked a guy out, which I also think is a dating trend, where
Yeah.
women are asking men out. So this woman asked a man out, and they ate, as they say in the West Indies, a belly full,
Okay. Okay.
right,
Okay.
and then the waitress brought the bill
Mm-hmm.
and gave it to the man,
Okay.
and he slided it over to the woman.
What?
Yes, for her to pay. Of
She
course, she
did
was
that?
livid, and she ended up having to pay. His logic was that you have to pay because you asked me out. So I'm thinking that is a dating trend. What do you guys think? Is that a dating trend, or is that just some type of craziness? And and what should be the response to that? I'm thinking the response should be don't ask men out. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm
Just
still
don't.
trying to wrap my mind around. He gave her the bill.
Yeah, a part of me understands it because
Yeah.
Mhm.
she asked
Mhm.
him out. It's like you're taking on what some would say the man
Woman's job.
role, right?
Mm.
You asked him out. maybe he didn't want to go out with you. That's why he didn't ask you in the first place.
Right.
Don't come
That's
at me.
true.
Wow.
Don't come
Mhm.
at me.
What y'all think about that?
Okay. But you know,
What?
you wanted to go with him, so you asked him out. He accepted.
Right.
So you're taking the role of asking out. And so now you pay.
Should ladies ask men out, y'all? What y'all think in the chat? Should ladies ask men out? Thumbs up, give me a heart if y'all say yes. Guys, on You Choose Radio Live, come on, you can let us know what it is that y'all thinking. I think that women should not ask men out.
I
But
agree.
men want to be asked out, I heard.
There are some men that
They
want
do.
to be asked out. And I don't know where that happened or why that
Mhm.
happened. 'Cause I don't understand why you would want a woman to ask you out. Of course, I'm not a guy, so I cannot answer for the men.
Wow.
But
Men.
there are men that want
James, what do you
women
think?
to
Jasmine.
ask them out. And I don't think that women should ask them out. And I
Just
don't
Sue.
think that there should be a fear that if you as a woman don't ask a man out, that you're just going to be on the couch forever. No, there are too many people in the world for you to be on the couch forever because
Man.
you did not ask a man out. That's it.
What? Oh no! See, when you ask a man out, and then the man, okay, just him sliding that bill over to her. Should a man slide the bill over to the woman because the woman asked the guy out? I think
Mm-mm.
that's a
I you know
that's
what?
a no.
A part of me is reverse,
Yeah.
and he asked her out.
Mhm.
I think he would be expected to pay. He would be expected to pay.
Yes.
That is the norm.
He's expected to pay because he is on the date.
No.
Yeah, period.
If that's the case, then when a man asks a woman out and they go on a date,
Mhm.
then she should be expected to pay because she's on the date. What do you think?
What y'all think, guys?
What do you guys think?
What y'all think?
What do you guys think on Facebook? What do you think on YouTube? What do you
TikTok.
think on YouTube? What do you think on TikTok? Dewan, what do you think?
What's your therapist? The therapist is on. Y'all can't see the therapist on TikTok, guys. Y'all can't see the therapist on You Choose Radio, but the therapist is on. Dewan Bland. You can check her out soon if you need therapy in your life. But Dewan is gonna tell us what is the therapeutic response.
Is it therapeutic? I don't know.
Because I don't think it's therapeutic. I think like people have to go in with realistic expectations. So like if you ask somebody, there's an expectation that you may have to pay. And like I guess she probably didn't know him too well to know like what his thought process was, because maybe he was thinking that, yeah, she asked me out, then she has to pay. She doesn't know. So I think a lot of it is having realistic expectations when meeting new people and expecting some unexpected things like having to pay. But I don't know. This is new stuff for me. So
I would say that's a dating trend.
No, I'm not asking no man out on a date.
I'm not.
And then the man will say, "Well, that's your loss." And then another woman will say, "Well, I'm not."
Yeah, of course. This is my whole point about there's so many people in the world, right? So just because I don't want to ask a guy out doesn't mean that the next 2, 3, 4 women that he meets,
right,
it's not. It feels the same. You know, they probably would ask him out for whatever reason, whether they're bold, courageous, you know, like him, whatever.
Come on, put in the chat, guys.
You
What
know?
y'all think? What y'all think? I can't see the comments. I can't see the comments. I can see who's joined. Samuel is on. Thanks for being with us. Delma Marie is on. Thanks for being with us. Will the Master. Ceci, guys, thank you for being with us. I don't know. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
Well, we know that much.
I ain't doing it. No, I ain't asking no man out. Because then guess what? For the rest of unless he eventually decides to take over, you're gonna always be setting the trend for this relationship. I asked you out, I paid bills. Like, what are you doing?
Maybe. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, because you're the one that asked me out, and at the wedding, if you get married, you gonna ask him to marry you too.
Now, there was a show where women were asking men. It was actually a reality show. I don't know if it lasted, if it got 1 or 2 seasons, but there was a reality show where the woman asked the man to marry her, wedding dress and all, ring and everything. Just, just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, on one knee, will you marry me?
Ooh,
No.
And did he say yes?
I remember because I was never to the show. I just saw the previews. I was like, this is ridiculous. Come on now.
That's a negative.
So yeah.
But this is
no.
2025, so everybody feels like they can do what they want to do, and a lot of men feel embarrassed. But like when I see stuff online,
Right.
they feel like,
right.
"Wow, you're taking away my manhood." Like,
Right.
why is it you're proposing to me? Like,
Right.
this doesn't feel right.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what I mean by saying that you've now taken on the man role
Yeah.
because you have decided to ask this man to marry you,
Mhm.
or you've
Mhm.
asked him out on a date. You have now decided that I am the man.
Uh-huh.
And so therefore you must take on those responsibilities.
Yeah, and that's a negative.
And if it turns out that you did that and he's not really into you, he's gonna let you do it. I'm just letting you know. He's just gonna let you do it. Sorry to say. That's just the truth.
Wow.
That's what I think. We have. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Judith Lewis.
What's up,
for
Judy?
tuning in. Hey, Judith.
Judy.
And here's a comment. Judith said, "I think he should pay."
Of
So
course.
in this scenario, Judith thinks that the woman asked him out, and he should still pay. So when the waitress brought it, that's just tuning in. The waitress brought the bill out, gave it to him. He slid it to her because she asked him out. Right.
You
Right.
worthless. You worthless. That's a worthless man. He ain't got no worth.
So
In Jamaica, worthless. Worthless, y'all.
Judith said, "I think he should pay." She also said, "It does not matter if she asks him to take her out; he should still pay."
That ain't no real
Okay.
man. That's not a real man.
Okay. Thank you, Judith,
That's
so
right,
much for your
Judith.
comment.
That's right, Judith. Man's supposed to pay,
Well,
but a woman ain't supposed to ask either.
right.
So that's my take on it.
Right. I don't think you should ask.
No,
Just my thought.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Agreed.
So
I don't know if the men like it though. But I don't think so. Ronnie, what you think? Ronnie,
I don't know. I
Benjamin?
wish we had some guys that would tell us, do you like if a woman asks you out? Just to get a feel.
Right.
I'm sure there's some guys that like it and some guys that don't. But just to get an idea of, are you guys into that? Being asked out? What if you're asked out by someone that you're not into?
Let me see. Interact.
Do you
I'm
do you
YouTubers.
have do you say like, no, I'm really not into you, or no, I don't really want to go out with you, or do you go out with her anyway
Ah,
because she asked you out?
mm.
Yeah. So
Mm.
interesting.
All right. Next. How about dating wrapped? Dating wrapped is dating wrapped. WRAPPED. Talking about how the date went. No, it's like giving a synopsis of how your dates went for a certain amount of time, maybe for the year. So it's like a recap. So you're
For
like,
who?
Oh,
For who?
well, and it showed on social media.
Oh,
So people do like, okay, well, I went out with 10 guys this year, or I guess you can tweak it to how many months you want, maybe months or something, right? But you tweak it and you say, hey, I went out with this guys. He was 5 guys were 5 foot over 6 feet, and how did we break up? How many breakups did we have? Yeah, the best first date, the worst date. You just recapping, but you're sharing your experiences with the world.
Oh, okay. That's a dating trend.
Dating
Interesting.
trend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Sorry.
No. Mm-mm.
I like
It's too
privacy.
personal.
And I'm not
That's
sure
a-
that
no.
any of the guys that I went out with would appreciate me telling the rest of the world how the date went.
It didn't work. You're not together anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I guess. No.
no. Would you do that?
Mm-mm.
No.
Dewan's saying no. She wouldn't do
No,
that.
that's enough
No.
for me.
No, I wouldn't do that. But I guess it's a trend. So that's why it's
Yeah.
new. I don't know. Yes.
I can't see
Right.
comments. How do you see comments on here?
I don't know.
Oh
I've
man,
seen them
help me,
before.
guys.
I
I,
don't-
I,
I don't know.
I don't know how to see comments. All right, here's another one. Okay, intentional dating. Intentional dating.
I like intentional dating.
Re-
So I
um,
didn't realize that was a trend. I think
yes.
that's something that people should always do, but I think we forgot along the way, and so we don't do that.
Mhm,
But I think that dating should be intentional.
mhm. So that
Mhm.
means you're keying in, you're zoning in on the person's values, You're thinking about their characteristics. Do they meet your expectations? The things
Right.
that you want and desire in a relationship. Um, yeah,
Nice.
you're clear about what you want and what you expect and what you can compromise on. So it's intentionally dating.
Mm-hmm.
I think grown people do that.
Mm.
Mm.
I think grown people
Was that
do
was
that, and I think
was
grown
that
people
was
don't
that a,
do that.
They do
was
and I
that a
think they don't.
bad was that a bad thing? That's for grown people.
Mhm.
Intentional dating. Say it again.
Oh, I said
Say it again,
people.
Dewan.
Some people. I said people. Some people date intentionally, and a lot of people don't. I think it's maybe I don't know if this is a trend, but I see a lot of like throwaway dates. People just going dating just to date, and there's not really any purpose or attention to it, and just experiencing new people. So I don't know. Hopefully, the intention stays. That's a good one. I hope that stays. We shall see.
Experiencing new people. I mean, that's okay too, but say it again.
I didn't
Say
say
it again,
anything.
Dewan.
I didn't say anything.
Oh.
Uh,
I cut you. I thought I cut you off. I'm sorry.
mm-mm.
Hey guys, we're live on YouTube's Radio, YouTube'sradio.com, and a Reggae Global Radio. So just want y'all to know that we appreciate you all being on TikTok, YouTube,
Facebook,
Facebook. We want to say
YouTube.
thank you
Yeah.
for being with us on the Positive Forces Show. All right, we're talking about dating trends. All right, so you say not everybody does it. Um, and it depends on where you are, though. It depends on what you want in life. Not everybody is ready to settle down and have a meaningful relationship. Some people want to just chill and meet people, like you said, and have fun. Nothing's wrong with that. So me saying I've been grown, that means you're ready to like be in your grown state, and you're ready to be like, all right, I'm gonna mature up. I'm gonna leave all that alone, and I'm gonna just settle with one person. That's just
Yeah, and it's funny when I think about grown folks, sometimes I think about it's age related, but it really isn't.
no.
It's not at all.
Mhm.
So but yeah, it's definitely for people have that are clear on their intentions
Yeah.
and have decided this is why I'm getting married. This is why I am dating for this end result.
Right.
And then finding someone that is on the same page. Like both of you want to be in a committed relationship, both of you want to be married, or both of you just want to meet new people. Whatever the intention is, it's still an intention.
Right.
So yeah, I like that trend.
Mm-hmm.
Intentional dating. I like that.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of meshes or makes in with future proofing. Future proofing would be ensuring that the person is going to align with everything that's important to you. So on your dates, you're asking these important questions so that it can target you being intentional, so that you can know exactly, do you guys align for the future? So that's another one. It's called future proofing. Future proofing your relationship.
Cool. I like it.
Okay. All right. Yap trapping.
Okay.
Yap
that?
suggests that you keep talking a lot, right? So yap trapping, that's one too. Someone talks a lot about themselves too much and don't give the other person an opportunity to even get a word in. And then so the person now has to say something like, hey, can I tell you about how I feel about what we're talking about here? Or do you want my experience? Or hey, can I interject and say something? So yap trapping is another trend that happens. Yeah.
Yeah. I would probably just let the person talk and talk and talk and talk to your heart's content. Just let them have it.
And then that's it.
And that's it.
No more dates.
Nope. Done.
One and done.
Do you tell the person, hey, this I don't think I want to see you anymore, or do you ghost the person? You like say
You should never ghost a person.
Mm.
Although I think that all of us have ghosted somebody from some time. I think
For
that
sure, for
I
sure.
feel like there's extremes to ghosting,
Mhm.
but I also feel like every one of us has done it at some point in our lives.
Yeah.
But I think if you're dating someone, whether it's like, casual or whatever, you
Mhm.
should never just ghost the person.
Yeah.
Some
Right.
people don't care if they get ghosted, but I don't think that's right.
You don't care
Mhm.
because there's no emotions, no feelings towards
Right,
that
right.
person. So it's just like, hey, if they disappear, they disappear. Well, you might have a thought like, what happened? Like, I didn't expect that, but okay. And then you move right on to just the next person.
Yeah, I feel like with ghosting, it's what comes around goes around.
Yeah, true.
So it's gonna come back to get you. It's kind of like a karma thing
Mm,
because it's just not right.
mm.
But the yap trapping, yeah. So in the in the yap
Excuse me.
trapping scenario,
Yeah.
dating trend, even with that, you shouldn't ghost a person.
Mm,
Find some way to be like, yeah, this is not it.
mm.
Thank you so much for the lovely conversation that you had with yourself.
I'm glad you're paying for the food.
Yeah. Thank you so much
Right.
for dinner and all of that. Wonderful conversation with self. And, no, I'm not going to go on a second date with you.
Wow.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. And it's over.
We have Desmond Cornell.
Hey, Desmond. How you doing, Mr. Amy?
Hey, Mr. Amy. Thanks for joining the Positive Forces Show. The topic for today is dating trends and therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about dating trends and therapy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So here's another one. Micromance.
Ooh, what is
So
that?
micromancing is like sending memes or a playlist or something to your person. Going for a small walk, a coffee break, just something to kind of say, hey, don't forget, I like you, I love you, I'm thinking about you. Let's just connect for a little bit, and we go back about a business. But we actually, hey, let's do lunch really quickly, right? So it's a micro way of romance.
I feel like that should already be in a relationship because we kind of talk
Mhm.
about that. I just didn't know it had a name
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Micromancing. It's funny when you said it, I thought it meant micromanaging your romance. How would that even work?
Right.
Anyway,
Mhm.
I think that I like that trend, and
Mhm.
I think that
Mhm.
people in relationships should definitely do that. And
Mhm.
it's cool that it has a name
Yeah.
because we were just talking about that like last week a little bit, and
Mhm.
it didn't have a name, but now it does. Thank you, Kimmy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Micromancing.
Mhm.
Did I say it right?
Micromancing.
Micromancing.
Micromance.
Taking little short breaks to romance your person. Ooh, I love it. So cute.
What do you think, Dewan?
Hmm. I like the concept. However, I think if we're micromancing one person, that they can be also micromancing several people. So to me, it feels like, is this them lacking commitment, or like just dipping your toe in and seeing if you like what you like by the person and then moving on to the next person? So I think it could be good in a good way if it's in a relationship sense, but is this you just trying to get a lot of, remember Baskin Robbins, the 32 flavors. People just can go and take samples. Are you sampling romance or are you committing? So that would be my only hesitation with that.
That's a good
Wow,
way.
that's fantastical. I
Okay,
love it.
okay,
I
okay.
did not think about that at all. But yeah,
Mhm,
somebody could definitely use micromancing to like love bomb people,
mhm.
and try to reel you in so that they can see, well, do I like this person? And then like throw you back into the pool
Yeah.
and then micro romance somebody over here.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
But isn't that like dating though? That's like literally dating. If that's what people are doing anyway.
No, no, I don't think it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
No, no.
The going on the walks part, the drink, having coffee here and there. No. Not a part of it. Okay. Man, micromancing. But I like that the one.
I like that take.
Yeah, uncommitted people that
Yes.
want to try all the flavors are the ones that do that.
31.
Oh, it was 31.
31 flavors.
Right. Does Baskin Robbins, are there any more Baskin Robbins anymore?
There
No.
anymore. I
Does
think they
anyone know?
closed
I don't think
down.
so.
I think they
I think
closed
so. Oh,
down.
Mm.
Too many samples.
All
See?
right. You have one?
exactly.
Do you have
Huh?
one, Duan? Do
What
you have one?
a
A
trend?
trend. Think about it.
I
Okay.
don't know. Um, I think like
I got
I think people are with the dating. People are mimicking like social media. So like social media give you this little dopamine
Yeah.
burst all the time, and that's why I'm thinking micro moments is coming from, and
Mhm.
people just like ghosting people because they lose interest really fast. So like my brain is going to are people just have it's a short attention span messing up the romance in a way.
Mm.
Okay, I don't have any trends, but that's where my mind is going with it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right. The next one, soft launching.
Okay, what is that?
Soft launching is protecting your privacy with a touch of history. So you give them a little bit of history. You share a little glimpse of your life without committing to a public reveal. Okay,
Oh,
so dating
okay.
someone, but she didn't want anybody to
Not
know exactly who it was yet. So she would show like a shadow of the person of them both.
Oh,
And some
wow.
people, even online, they'll show like hands, two hands together.
Huh.
Soft launching. So you know the person's with somebody. Or say
oh,
you go
okay.
on you go to dinner, but you film your food and their food. You film yourself, your food, their food. So you know someone's there, but you don't know who that person is.
Oh, that is just too much work. That is absolutely ridiculous. For all the soft launchers out
But
there, I'm sorry, don't come at
gosh,
me. But that is just absolutely. In this short span of life, you want to take time to soft launch your man or woman? Ooh,
I
It's
uh-uh,
like because you want to keep the mystery,
I
so you
can't.
don't. Yeah, I
The
can't.
mystery for what?
Some people don't want
For
to share who they're.
for people on social media,
well, then
these
that's
people that don't really know who you are anyway.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
exactly.
Or even from your
Wow.
friends. Yeah,
Now, why would you do that to your friends?
people do that. It's
No.
like the baby reveal is coming or something. So you put pink or blue, and you just wonder which one, but you know there's a baby.
Oh no.
No, okay,
No.
no.
Someone met and made that up. Hey, they need to
Too much,
stop.
too much work. It's too much work.
Too much work. So
Yeah.
if you went on a date with someone, but you post in your food, would you put the person in the picture, or you wouldn't even take your camera out?
First of
Really,
all, if
First of
I'm
all,
going to date with somebody, I'm not taking my camera out. That is so disrespectful.
oh,
yeah.
I'm trying to
okay,
give you my undivided attention. You need to give me your undivided. This is the problem. This is
okay.
we have
Mm-hmm.
forgotten these common courtesy things. You go on a date, especially a first date, and you pull out your phone to take pictures of what you're eating and maybe a picture of your hand. Oh, that just takes away from the entire date. It takes away from me getting to know who you are and vice versa.
Really, it's
Yeah.
you
It's
just
just my
Yes.
opinion.
food, both
Yes.
foods, and that's it.
No, you don't need to. My
What?
my friends, and I'm gonna give them a title. Social media friends, because you make friends on social media, yes, but you sometimes you don't actually know all these people.
Right.
There was a time when I would add people, but only if I met you at least once. Else I
Okay.
would not add you because I really don't know you. But if I at least met you at least once,
Right.
then I will add you to my list.
Okay.
Great. Now, my social media friends, Why am I trying to show people on social media that I went out to eat on a date? For what?
The soft launch.
No, no. We are going to have our time to get to know each other. It's going to be private, and if necessary, we will do a hard launch.
If necessary.
If necessary, in public.
What you think about that, Dewan? Have you ever seen that though? Have you ever seen that?
I have seen it, but it's like the younger people do it like to like get clicks and likes and engagement online. So I think it's more geared towards that. And like Yola said, like you don't really get to know the person if you're trying to soft launch and take pictures and set up a frame and things like that. So I think a lot of it is taken away from the purpose of dating and intentional dating and getting to know the person and making deeper connections. All stuff we talk about on the show. And it's like it is going to like social media love. Is this a social media love thing? I don't know. That's just weird to me. Maybe we're just out of
yeah, maybe we're just
out the age bracket. I don't know. Just out the age bracket. I
didn't want to say that, but yeah. Just don't get it.
I don't know if it's such a bad thing. I think that's a cool thing. That's something I could get with.
Oh, okay.
I think I could do that.
Well, I cannot wait for you to share
Yeah,
a picture of your food on social media and your drink and the hand. I haven't seen
not
it.
the hand.
You guys holding hands on the table.
Hey, listen, I think it's cute. Nothing's wrong.
And your food and your drink. I had a margarita today.
Coming soon. Okay.
Listen, I think it's cute.
And then put the date.
Yeah, the day we did that.
Hard launch soon.
Hard launch.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hard maybe.
Yes.
Oh my God. Listen, we gotta be, I think the intentional is pretty good. And we gotta be intentional about what we do. But I think asking the person if they're okay with that, you're gonna have to do that first. Hey, do you mind? But who says no?
Right.
Do you mind?
On a first date? Oh my gosh. You would
Not a first date.
First date is now going to be considered yes.
no.
No.
I love it.
There's no.
All right, I need water. Okay. All right, here's another one. Y'all ready?
Yes, let's go.
Freak matching.
What? We're talking
Freak.
about this on the Positive Force show.
Freak. You see where your mind went? You see where your mind went?
I'm just being honest.
You see?
There is something called, used to be in Atlanta, Georgia, called Freaknik. Okay.
No, see, you want to say, no,
So,
you gotta wait for my
everybody
definition.
knows what that word
No,
is.
you gotta wait for my definition.
What's your definition?
You gotta wait for my definition.
What's the definition?
Matching my freak.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Definition.
That means me or someone, you embracing or showing your authentic self, your quirks. You just being you.
That's exactly where I was going.
No, you sound like you going somewhere.
No, that's where I was going. That's exactly where I
Where's
was
she going left to one?
That what you just said. What you just said.
She said freak me.
Yeah, exactly. Same as quirks.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. The stuff you like. Do you both like the same quirky stuff?
Okay. I didn't associate that with freak. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, so what
the word freak?
Or the word quirk? What's the word
Right.
quirk? What is quirky? Let's look up quirky. What's quirky?
Like strange, weird things that people like to do.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
anything sexual,
Mhm.
right? That's what we're talking about. We're
Mhm.
just talking about just you being authentically you.
Well, then it should be called quirk matching.
Yeah.
Quirk matching, not freak.
Right.
Because
we know what that is. So
match my freak.
Connotation,
No, like
yeah.
some people be like,
Match-
oh, you do that. That's
match
freaky.
my quirk.
They say that's
Yeah.
freaky. So why you do that? Like, wow, that's weird, right? So that
No,
means
I don't think people say that.
people don't. People say that, right? People. People say that. What you think,
Mm.
Duan?
I think it needs a name change, one. And I think like I think they need to
Okay.
change the name, one, because people's minds can go to the gutter a little bit. But I think that's a good thing. Like you can find somebody that is into the same things you're into. A lot of people may not be into some of the things you're into. Some people like to go LARPing or go bird watching. Maybe they mean something. Hopefully they mean something like that, like something that people
Yeah,
don't normally
maybe.
do, like outside the normal. So I think it's a good thing.
Right. Outside the normal is people, I think, that like to go to comic shows, comic cons, and
Oh,
dressing
Comic-Con,
up.
yeah.
Well,
Mhm,
I think that is
Yeah.
out
That's quirky.
of the norm. So that could be something that you both like to do.
So what? Dragon Con and all
Yeah,
these
there's a
different.
lot of people that
It's the
go to
norm.
it,
It's the new
but
norm.
Yeah,
It's the new norm for them.
I think that's
Yeah.
still a quirky thing.
It's mainstreaming now.
I happen to like it, but or like people that go to events where there's cosplay.
What?
Cosplay where you dress up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're naming a lot of things today.
Naturally.
Yes, dating is the first date.
Yeah. Yes.
You better
First
get
date
that.
is a yes date.
Yes, date.
Everything's yes.
Oh my
No
god.
disclaimer.
Okay.
What's another one?
Sticking.
Okay.
Not running away from people's icks.
Dating trend?
Yeah. Sticking.
They-
Sticking to it.
Okay.
Having stickability.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
leaving. I'm staying. I'm staying no matter. I'm not running away from the little quirky things that you like. I'm gonna embrace it and be like, it's authentically you. Oh my god, that's actually unique and cute.
But what if you don't like it?
Well,
Right.
then you're not sticking.
Okay.
You gotta stick. You gotta have stickability. Oh my god, no. Okay,
Mm-mm.
all right, all right, fine. Here's another one. Date with me, DWM, dating diary. Sharing your dating experience online. So that's actually close to the one that we talked about with the
Yeah.
But sharing your experience, your daily experience. Oh, we went here today. Oh, we talked about this. We went to the restaurant. Just literally sharing your experience. Do you think that's something that should be shared every day?
No.
Literally daily
No.
with friends.
No.
What are the what therapy? Thinking from a therapy perspective, therapist
Mhm.
perspective. Explain to us why you think people do that.
There's a myriad of reasons, but I think mostly it's for attention seeking. And if they're like big on social media, they're trying to connect with their audience and get clicks and likes and brand deals and things like that. So I think a lot of it is, on one hand, attention seeking behavior. Some people do that because they didn't get attention from childhood or were neglected, and then they seek attention online. And a lot of times, the relatable thing between most people is that we're dating. Everyone's trying to date. Everyone's trying to find love. So it's popular content. So I think a lot of attention seeking, and then on the other side is like gaining social media followers. So there's some selfishness in there as well. Monetary gain, all that stuff.
To monetary gain. Okay. What you think?
I don't agree with it.
You don't agree with it?
Nope.
Okay.
I think that, the whole dating and getting to know someone should be between you and that person.
Mhm.
So there's
Right.
no need to post it on social media or post it every day or any of that. And, I'm not trying to knock people that do that.
Yeah.
I'm really not. This is your life. You want to share that, your dating life and what happens when you wake up in the morning and what happens in the kitchen and all that stuff. That's fine. I'm not knocking you. If that's you, great. Live your life. Be happy. But for me, I just don't think that it's so public. It's no longer private. It's no longer a relationship between you and your person.
Yeah.
It's you and the rest of the world. What if you do something that someone doesn't like and really access? It can go either way. You could do something that people love and you get a whole bunch of hits and likes and attention. And you could do something that people just detest and disgust. And where does that leave you feeling? And how does it affect relationship? So not for me.
The authenticity is not going to really be there too, because you have the world to explain what happened, and sometimes people probably tweak what they did and just to say, just to make it different, or make it either more to get more of an effect, a dramatic effect, or people might not say the truth. But I think that is true. Coming from childhood, there is a problem usually. If this is done for likes and clicks, then fine. Because you're trying to monetize on it, like you said. But if it's done because this is really who I want to expose people, saying this is who I am, there's a deficit. There's something going on in that life of that person that they're trying to fulfill that childhood thing. They haven't dealt with it, and that's the expression of it, showing them. That's what's manifesting because they still haven't dealt with that thing.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah. So if you see that, some people might say, hey, that's cute, that's cool, I like that. And then some might say, hey, something's not right here. And check in with that person that you see that's doing that. And
if you know the person,
right.
But I mean, like for me, how many friends do I have that do that? I don't have any friends that I could think of that are like always, posting their entire life history in their relationship. They might, post up that they might be promoting
Right.
or selling or giving information. Because even us on this show, what we're doing is giving our opinion and our thoughts and thoughts of other people as it relates to different things. But in the relationship, I just find that to be so evasive. And what if you guys break up? Now you're going to share that too? That's painful, especially if you run a real strong connected relationship. Because I have seen people post breakups and it's hard to look at.
So breakup? That's crazy.
Yeah. It either goes
well,
one
that's
or two
like
ways.
Cheaters.
Yeah.
That's your favorite show.
My favorite show of all time.
That's like Cheaters.
But it's like, posting that breakup part is painful. Especially for the social media people that are following you and they're invested in a relationship and then you break up, they actually hurt.
Yep.
Because they're invested. And I think sometimes people don't understand how invested the people that see you and follow you and love you and they are really invested in your life. So it's like when you hurt, they hurt, even though they never met you in your life. That's just how that works. But Cheaters, my favorite show, is not the same. Okay, it's just Cheaters. That's it. Somebody got cheated on. They got a feeling. They go get a private investigator. It happens to be on television for the world to see.
It just happens. No, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it happens. No, it just happens to be because I could hire a private investigator. It's the same thing. This is a private investigator on television. Cheaters is not, oh, well, I'm going to show my whole life history of my relationship. This is just the part where I think you're cheating on me and I want to expose you.
Right. Okay. What y'all think? Same? Similar? All right. All right. We'll do one more.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Slow dating. Did we talk about slow dating?
Slow dating?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought
So
about slow-
prior prioritizing fewer higher quality connections without just getting into online dating
Mhm.
or try to sometime in their life or think about it, at least thought about it. But it's prioritizing fewer high quality connections over endless swiping. So it's just like, okay, I might not be really too into that person, but let me try to develop it instead of keep going on online and just try to keep meeting different
Mm-hmm.
people and going on all these dates that turn out to be meaningless. Yeah.
And that's called slow dating.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Huh.
okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like slow dating should be just taking it slow,
Mm.
but
It is.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is. You wanna coin that over too? You wanna
No.
rename that?
No, I'm just gonna stick with first date, yes date.
Easy peasy.
All right. Loud. I did say one more. Looking. That's another one. Making your intentions clear and asserting in seeking and being assertive when you're seeking your connection. So loud looking
Hmm.
and being loud about it.
I wonder who comes up with these trend names. You ever wonder that?
Well, what they do is they
Mm-hmm.
take all the dating sites, they'll do surveys and then they come up with it and then they have people answer the questions from these dating sites and that's how they come up with
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Interesting.
Mhm. Yeah. Research is ongoing. Got to be on the same page. And that's another one on the same page. Sharing your interests and hobbies and making sure that you align. And if you don't, then you just move on to somebody that shares your interests and hobbies or
Mm-hmm.
the likes and the things that you
Yeah, we've talked about that.
on the same page.
Now it has a name.
Yeah.
Same paging.
Right.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's go into our final thoughts.
No,
Yeah.
this is the part that I don't like because I love chopping it up with Kimmy Kim, the hostess, and with the
Yes.
mostest, and of
Yes.
course the one, our resident therapist extraordinaire. And I
Yes.
too like to give my points with my three personalities. But yes,
Oh my-
my final thought for today is right. My final thought for today is you know, I'm going to go back to Yoli's thought for today is let's try our best not to take each other for granted.
Mm.
Don't take your friends for granted. Don't take your loved ones for granted. Don't take your children for granted. You know, remember to love on them. Remember to tell them you love them, or just for your friends, remember to check in on them and see what they're doing, even if it's once a week.
Mhm.
I say this because although we live this charmed life, it is you have no clue, and it's better to
Mm-hmm.
be in good connections with your loved ones. It's better to be remember to be kind to your loved ones. You know, remember to communicate with them. You know, so that when we do leave, you don't have any regrets.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
especially since that can happen really suddenly without you even knowing.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
just remember to don't take your loved ones and friends for granted. So let's try to practice that next week. Reach out to your friends that you haven't in a while that you don't have any beef with. You just haven't because you just take it for granted with life that you're always going to be able to talk to this person and that person's always going to be around.
Yeah.
And that's my final thought.
Mm.
So
All
Mm.
let's
right.
do that next week.
Okay.
We meet again.
Cool beans. Love
I
it.
like
All right.
yes.
Dewan. Final thoughts.
I think a lot of the things we talked about today, I think is things that people were already doing and they just put a name to it. And I think another part that I would like to address is the overexposure of dating nowadays. It's on podcasts, it's on TV, it's on reality TV, it's everywhere. So I think I would like people to bring like more privacy back and more connections. Like you said, connect with people one on one, check in with them, get to know them, deepen those connections. I think this social media in general just kidnapped a lot of our lives and attentions and just everything in general. So I just say get back to, like I always say, get back to self. People get in therapy. Like we don't have to put everything online and then to make dating more private, more intimate, like it should be.
Wow.
Love it.
Yeah. That's it. Yo, final thoughts. That's it. Ain't nothing else to add. Thank you for being with us, guys, on the You Choose Radio and Reggae Global Radio. Thank you for being with us on the Positive Forces Show. We absolutely, absolutely love and appreciate you and are thankful that you took your time to actually delve in and just to think about, yourself and think about your future and think about your relationship. So kudos to you and continue to do that. All right, y'all take care and have a fantastic week. See you next week. All right.